Okay, so we are beginning our online international education fair and the webinar is about to start. I can see we have about 100 students. I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope this is going to be a useful information when you're going to be attending. Till the end of the webinar, you will be able to learn about the scholarships, application fee waivers, the COVID-19 updates, and many more. So watch till the end and ask any question that you have. I hope it's going to be worth. Thanks.
Everybody, and welcome. Thanks to Study Metro for having us today. Marist College is a facility that is located about an hour and a half north of New York City. We have both graduate and undergraduate programs. I would like for Shri to speak with you about undergraduate programs first. She is the most knowledgeable about those. Are you ready, Shri?
Yes, I am.
Fabulous.
Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you. I think we're good.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. Thank you, Study Metro, Zayed, everybody for having us here and helping us to get to talk to students and stuff. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about Marist College, where it's located. I'll talk about the undergrad programs, and Laura, who's my colleague, will talk about the grad programs. I am Shri Ravella, and I'm in India right now. I work from India, and I'm an international admissions representative for Marist. Now, coming to Marist, where are we? We are in New York. New York is not in the city of New York, but we're around 1.5 hours from the city of New York. We're in a place called Poughkeepsie, New York. It's just 1.5 hours away from New York, another probably 2 hours from New Jersey. So very centrally located, a very beautiful place. As you can see in the picture, it's on the river Hudson, and it's beautiful. Now, coming to numbers and stuff like that, we have around 210 acres of land, but we have only 5,000 undergrad students. We have probably less than 1,000 grad students. We have over 40 majors, undergrad majors. And I listed only a few here in the presentation. There are a lot more, but these are some of our major ones that students are very interested in, and especially from India. These are the programs that students are interested in. And I'll just run through a few. There's business, journalism, sports management, computer science. Under computer science, we have cybersecurity and game design and all of that. Data science, analytics, digital media, graphic design, economics, fashion design, fashion merchandising. These are two popular courses from India. Fine arts, studio arts, interior design, and we have a few of the pre-law, dental, pre-vet, and psychology courses too. But if you actually go on our website, you'll see a lot more than what you're seeing here. I just listed a few here. Laura, next slide, please. Okay, so again, just to give you a brief idea as to where we're located and a little bit about our college. We're in Poughkeepsie, New York. We have two other campuses, one in Florence, Italy, and another in Dublin, Ireland. So we do have something called a freshman abroad program. So in that, a student can go to Florence or to Dublin for their first year, study there in the first year, and then come back to New York and finish the rest of the time in New York. Or they can just do all 4 years in New York. So it's not a must that they have to go to Florence or to Dublin. It's just an option for a student to do that. Other than that, we do have study abroad programs where we have links with 80 different countries, and 50% of our students generally do study abroad. It could be a semester study abroad, or it could be a year study abroad. A student can also apply directly to our Florence campus. We do have a few bachelor's programs and master's programs, but mainly our bachelor's is more about fashion merchandise, studio art, fine arts. Those are the things that we focus on. If you want to do business, then it'll have to be on our main campus in Poughkeepsie, New York. There's something else that we have, which is called the summer pre-college program. So for that, a student who's finished their 10th or 11th grade can go for the summer for a 6 weeks, or it's a 6 weeks program, but it's divided into 3 weeks and 3 weeks. So a student can go there for 2 to 3 weeks, study there, and use those credits towards their degree when they join the college later on. Other good things is we have over 80 clubs and activities, and we are Division 1 in sports in 23 different categories. Okay, now this is just some data that we have. The student success rate, the number of students or the percentage of students who have been employed or who are attending other graduate schools is around 98%. And there in red, you can see a little bit about the graduate rates, or Marist versus private and public. Also, I always get questions about internships, and 83% of our students are, in some form of internship or the other. Now, how do we apply? You can go to the Common App and apply. You can go to our Marist website or My Coalition application. So these are the 3 different portals that you can use to apply. And our deadlines are a little different from most other schools. Our early decision and early action is around November 15th, and our regular decision is Feb 1st. Though this year, because of the COVID and everything, we are still willing to accept applications. If you had all the other tests and everything else already taken care of. Sorry about that. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for your secondary transcripts, like your secondary school from your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade marks. We look at a very holistic application. We do not need ACT or SAT. We are test optional. So, but if you've taken it and you want to show it to us, then that's fine. If not, it's perfectly all right to apply without your ACT or SAT. And we do look at your strength of your curriculum. Your high school profile is very important for us. Again, when we say holistic, we're looking at everything, which means that we're looking at your extracurricular activities, games, sports, leadership qualities, community service work. Anything above and beyond education is very important for us. And how much does it cost? Now, this is a question that most students ask. It's around $62,000 a year, inclusive for room, board, like tuition, everything for a year. But for international students, we give up to $17,500 off a year. And that depends on your merit-based scholarship. That depends on your profile. Now, if you need additional scholarships, you could use something called the CSS profile. And if you fill that, then you can get something called the need-based scholarship. So we give out 2 different kinds of scholarships. There are next slide.
Okay, and this is Laura. I'll discuss our graduate programs at Marist. We have 2 very popular graduate programs, and we have a brand new graduate program to offer. Our Master of Science in Information Systems is our most popular graduate program. This is a 2-year program which is available to students who have an information systems undergraduate degree or a different undergraduate degree. A lot of the students who come to us have engineering undergraduate degrees, commerce undergraduate degrees, etc. So you don't have to have an intense knowledge of information systems to enter this program. Each student has a series of core courses which they cover, and those core courses are things like data communication, data management, information systems and concepts and organizations, foundational information that's going to help build you a strong core in information systems. In addition, students get to choose an area of concentration depending on their interests in computers. You can choose to concentrate in business analytics and learn how to create databases for the purpose of importing information, analyzing, doing regression analysis, doing forecasting. Some students choose to explore information systems management, in which case you will be talking about the upcoming technology and existing computer architecture and how those apply to different businesses. We also have a concentration in computer networks and security. And this is specifically about trying to make a computer so you can't hack into it, to work with the different security and network areas. All 3 of these program concentrations require that you have previously taken some math in the past, ideally statistics, but you don't have to have any additional internet working or other requirements met. We look for students who have an undergraduate with a 60th percentile or higher and minimal CGP, minimal backlogs in their program. Our other computer program that is very popular is a Master of Science in Computer Science Software Development. And this is very heavily into software theory and writing code. So this is for students who want to be computer code writers, not people who want to get into the technology and management and databasing like IS. Students who take this program can come with a computer science undergraduate degree or a different undergraduate degree. If you come with an undergrad degree in something other than computer science, you'll be asked to take some placement exams at the very first week of classes. And if you score well, then you take the basic curriculum. If you don't have excellent knowledge in object-oriented programming or Java-based writing, then we'll add a couple extra classes to add to this curriculum to allow you to have a good foundation to build for the rest of the master's degree. Students get to choose an area of concentration in this program as well. You can choose cloud computing or mobile computing, depending on what you want to accomplish when you are in the final parts of getting a degree here. Now, we do have a new program. We have a Doctor of Physical Therapy program at Marist, and this is an exciting new program where we have a new facility purchased and built just for this. The Doctorate in Physical Therapy program is a 3-year program, unlike the other two, which tend to be 2-year programs. It includes a lot of classroom learning, a variety of laboratory learning in a variety of different things like our gait analysis lab, in addition to our regular physical therapy lab. We have a gross anatomy lab, a simulation lab, etc. But doing things in the labs is not sufficient to get you out and working as a physical therapist. We also need to have you in different clinical settings to accomplish your clinical requirements. So your 3rd year is doing all sorts of clinical rotations, which we provide for you. In Marist's technology, especially in the Master of Science Information Systems and Master of Science Computer Science Software Development program, we lean very heavily into the technology by having many joint ventures with IBM. Marist recently was the first place for the world's IBM Linux 1 version 3 installation, which has innovative responses to security issues. Marist was the first graduate institution to acquire the Z Enterprise machines, which the Z Enterprise mainframes are what most of Marist has run on for a few years now. Marist also founded the New York State Center of Excellence in Cloud Computing and Business Analytics in conjunction with IBM's assistance and a $3 million grant by the state. We house this on campus, and many of our students work in the Cloud Computing and Business Analytics Center. In conjunction with IBM, Marist also built a virtual computing laboratory, which is excellent for students. You're able to access the Linux 1.3 system, the Z Enterprise, SCMs, ECRLs, our Linux server, all from any place with a high-speed internet access by VPNing into the system. You can then work on campus on your homework, or you can work from your home. It doesn't matter. Either way, you're able to get in easily and access both the hardware and the software that you need to be successful. Both our MSIS and CS programs are based out of our computer science and math department, which is really important because this gives you a chance to do hands-on learning. You're not just studying the theory like you do in some places which have these programs based out of their business department. You will actually be working on real projects. You're allowed to put together things which then can be implemented in businesses immediately from this program. It gives you a chance to walk out with not just knowledge in your head, but a resume showing that you have been very successful in working on these things with your hands. Marist is a beautiful college. Here we've got a couple of scenes where you can see our different snow scenes. We have a variety of different seasons of the year, and you get to stay all year round when you're dealing with these programs. Our classes for IS and CS, though, are just fall and spring semesters. Summer semester, often students will take time to work, or they may take some elective courses. If you go into the MSIS program, there are a variety of different careers you can explore. And here they're broken down, showing the different concentration areas and what careers stem from those. Like our management information systems people are going to be preparing for work as a systems analyst and designer, as a project manager, as an IS manager, etc. If you choose to take the business analytics concentration, you're going to be aiming for jobs more in the business analyst manager, a data analyst, or data architect position. Going towards the computer networks and security, you would be aiming for a position as security administrator or internet engineer, etc. All of these different positions can lead to C-level office positions. Students who choose to pursue the software development careers are going to be doing things like become applications programmers or database designers or project managers, software engineers, and developers. There are many in-demand careers for both of these fields. Here are some great pictures of the brand new building that we built for our Doctor of Physical Therapy program. You can see that we have a full gross anatomy lab on the upper left. On the upper right is our main physical therapy lab. You can also see that we have individual patient rooms to see people. We have a gait analysis laboratory, a sim laboratory, and the outside of the building is shown on the bottom right of the screen. It is a fascinating, gorgeous building that houses this program and a physician assistant program. To apply for a master's degree, you would do everything online. Our next starting dates are going to be August this year and then January the following year. We are waiving GMAT and GRE requirements for the master's degree applications. We still are requiring a language exam, and you can take TOEFL, IELTS, or PTE. And as you've seen, TOEFL and IELTS are offering at-home exams at this point. You can email your transcript pages and your language exam to graduate@marist.edu for initial review. And if you meet our minimum application requirements, I'll send you an application fee waiver. Our Doctor of Physical Therapy applications are also completed online, and our next starting date is January 2021. You will need to have a transcript evaluation done for the doctorate program. You do not need transcript evaluations for the master's program. The Doctor of Physical Therapy program has a large number of prerequisite courses, which you can explore on our website. We require a minimum of a 3.0 GPA on a scale of 4.0. And unfortunately, we don't offer fee waivers for that program. I'd like to open this up and see if anyone has questions at this time. Or I could also, go into a couple of details about the funds. For Master Science Information Systems program, 1 year's tuition is $15,840. The amount that you would need to show on your I-20 is $32,449 to include everything for your housing, off-campus, meals, local transportation, etc. Grad students do not live on campus. They all live within walking distance of campus. There are many apartments available. Our students who take the computer science graduate degree need to show a total of $38,000 for their I-20. Yeah, are there any questions people would like to address?
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. Hey,
Just
Zed,
one
I had a
more
question
point.
for her. That's why
Sure.
I jumped in, because I have a question for her. Laura,
Sure.
Shri, dono, both of you, hello.
Yep,
Hope
we're
you're doing
still
good.
Hi.
Okay, so I like this DPT program, Doctor of Physical Therapies, and I also learned from different schools that the prerequisite for them is like if they have a bachelor's, they can directly of physiotherapy in India, they can directly get into DPT. Can you just talk about a little bit about what are the requirements as far as GRE and IELTS TOEFL is concerned, and is this
Sure.
program is open for tech?
Sure. Okay. I'm going to pull up a list of requirements and bring it onto this webpage so we can see it. It gets a little bit more detailed. A physical therapy undergraduate degree will be helpful, but you need to make sure that you have taken each of the courses which are required for the physical therapy program prerequisites, and the courses need to be passed. Let me pull this. Almost there. Pulling up a web page for you. Okay, can we see our physical therapy requirements page now? Is that up for you?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So here we show in the center prerequisite courses. You need to have each one of these completed, and they need to have laboratories. So this is going to be determined when you're doing your evaluation of your transcript. Are you earning a 4-credit course for Anatomy and Physiology 1 and Anatomy and Physiology 2? general biology 1 and 2, chemistry 1 and 2, physics 1 and 2. And then we have classes that do not require laboratory. They are psychology, and that's 2 semesters usually for 6 credits, and statistics 1 credit. We have to have a grade of C+ or better on each one of these. And so if your school does not provide grades which can be translated into a C+, then you would need a B. We will not take a straight C as a prerequisite. We do require the GRE in this program, and the main thing we're looking at is the analytical writing section. You must have a score of a 3.5 or higher. We have just approved this for international students, and we're waiting to see what the TOEFL score is going to be required. That's supposed to be out in a few weeks. We're anticipating it will be a 100 or a 105 or better. You also need to have volunteer or work experience in a physical therapy environment. And for that, you need 80 hours of work at 2 different locations. So we can see that you've had a couple of different exposures to what being a physical therapist is like. Let's see what other things.
Thank you. I'll refer the website to get to know more about it. But thank you so much for your
You're
time.
welcome. So happy to be here. I'm excited that we could offer this for you guys too. It's a nice addition to the grad programs.
So this brings us to the end of the webinar. I hope the information that you have gained today is going to be useful for you for making an application to the university. If you still have any question or any query about applying to the university, then you contact one of the Study Metro representative. Thank you so much again for joining this webinar. Have a good one.